Is a love poem, and I never really write love poems because I think they're super cheesy, but I wrote it when I told this boy that I liked him, and he's like, I don't like you back, so I was like, I'll just write this poem instead and cry about it. Call me lovely. Call me the scent of the sun. Call me the scattered but sure light of the stars. Call me hard goodbyes. Call me beauty eyes. Say I taste like laughter on salty days, like shattering the glass over cold hearts, opening just as wide as the sky. Take my hand. Take comfort in wingless flight. Say that the way words roll off of my lips breaks you so badly that you can't keep anyone out anymore. Reveal your cracks and reveal your fault lines. Forget the stitches and burst. Let your colors coat me. Show me every single tone of your rainbow. And once you bleed the bad out, tell me that I can replace it, that I can become your new palette to paint bliss with. And that one's really short because I hate writing love poems, so that's fine. This next one I just recently wrote, and I wrote it for my friend who was going to my school for a little while, and he was really troubled, I guess you could say, and one day he came to school and he told me that he drank like a bottle of whiskey and took like a bottle of pills, and I had no idea what to do, and he ended up going to the hospital, and he didn't come close to dying, but it was really scary, and so I wrote this for him. It's untitled. Belly full of liquor and pills, you are pregnant with suicide, and I'm pulling you close to me, trying to push the hurt out of your skin, trying to be your sponge, trying to hold your broken parts together. But as your heart stutters and sputters against my chest, I'm wondering if you need this hug right now more than you need an ambulance. I'm wondering if the doctors could save you from yourself. I'm wondering if the hospital cares about the swarm inside of your ribs, how it will suffocate you again as soon as you are released, as soon as the quiet settles, as soon as the IV is gone, as soon as the backlit faces of the nurses disappear. They could save your life, but they couldn't save your soul. You smile as you say, I'm fine. The seams break as you speak, and I can see everything that you cannot say, that your will to die is stronger than your will to live, that not feeling anything would be so much better than this daily bleeding, than watching yourself become victim to your own heart, watching it destroy you. You are your own worst enemy, greatest fear, biggest downfall. Everything about yourself becomes something to take apart, to get rid of, to become fuel for the fire. You leave a trail of ash and smoke wherever you go, and I'm following this, trying not to let you become lost in your own debris, to not let you break your own heart into so many shattered pieces that it will never beat again. The lines on your arms haven't reached deep enough to get to your heart, but they are spilling all of you onto the ground, leaving you behind and lost. But this has been your lifelong goal, your young dream, your wish in the well, throwing yourself overboard to get lost in your ocean, forgetting what it meant to swim, to fight, to survive, letting the waves carry you into the most dangerous swells, letting the water fill your lungs until all your language becomes is goodbye. You do not gasp for air like someone holding on. You invite the inability to keep your head above water in like a childhood best friend, accustomed to the feeling of falling because you clipped your own wings long ago, left the feathers on the ground for someone else, left the hollow bones to become crushed and useless, spilling the rest of your color onto the ground for the sun to soak up and take away, stealing your light rays, removing the warmth from your body. Now, you are a frozen shell full of half-answered prayers, breathing but not alive. beaming with hope that someday there will be none left for you. Setting off the bombs inside of your chest, you fight your way to the bottom. Bruises and straight-line scars adorn your arms. Beauty marks from the battle with your heart. You wear these proudly, like medals of honor, like you are the hero of your own war. But between these fields of disaster inside of your mind, I know there is a space that isn't being taken up by your own coffin. Somewhere that the graveyard doesn't sing your name daily. A place where you are not carving out your headstone with your own fingernails. A place where your ribs are not caging you in, cradling your laughter like a broken cord. A place that reminds you nothing is permanent, everything is temporary. You will not always be a piano that plays one note. There are full songs inside of you that do not always sound like melancholy. And when the chaos is swimming around you so loudly that you cannot hear yourself living, listen to the slow and sure steady beat of the rhythm inside your chest and catch it like it is the last thing your ears will ever take in again. And don't ever let it go. Please, never, never let go. Thank you. Can't see any of your faces. It makes it so much easier. Does anybody know who Matthew Shepard is? Anybody? Yeah. Okay. I wrote this next piece after I found out what happened to him. And basically I think it happened in the 80s, and he lived in Wyoming. And he was beaten so badly that he was put into a coma, and he didn't make it through. And so this is for him and anyone else who has ever gotten bashed for who they are. What will it take for this to break? This is religion written into our blood. This is hatred singing like so many broken wings. This is teaching intolerance to children on school playgrounds. This is Matthew Shepard's body being beaten wholly, tied to a fence, and left to die. His funeral being picketed by churchgoers holding signs reading, "God hates fags." Matthew's skin burning far before God delivered him to hell. Burning with a love so bright this world could just not stand. His murderers living with fear so close to their hearts, speaking a language of only anger and misunderstanding, forgetting that we were not born with poisoned tongues, and never was this venom meant to be created. The sort that has newspapers printing obituaries for the suicides of young people, taunted, jeered, ridiculed with the words, "Fuck you, queer," ringing in their ears all the way to the grave. The noose almost already tied for them. The sort that delivers bruises and black eyes in the middle of the night to those who refuse to hide who they are. The quiet hush-hush of a mother's hope when her son tells her he will never have a wife, would rather hang his soul out to dry than hang a cross around his neck and declare himself saved. We need to realize our words are as powerful as swords, able to shake and make a life be driven so violently to its end. We need to realize our words are as powerful as an earthquake, able to shake and make a world unrecognizable, one that does not look like don't ask, don't tell policies, one that does not look like millions of beaten and tired hearts pleading for acceptance, one that does not look like people fleeing their country to seek refuge elsewhere because who they were born to be is punishable by death. One that does not look like corrective rape. What will it take for this to break? There has to be a breaking point. There must be a breaking point. Thank you. Cottonmouth. This last piece I wrote for my friend. I just write poems for people all the time. for my friend who's going through a rough time also. She came forward with something that, I don't know, she was called a liar by her friends for telling the truth about something someone did to her that should never be done to anyone. But anyways, this is called Let Me. I'll hold you until you bleed nothing but sunlight and daisy yellows against cement. Like every golden dollar thrown into a fountain filled with shining wishes. Speak in nothing but whispers when you are so far away from me, only the wind can carry it to me. Secrets of barren hearts that were robbed empty of color when worn on a sleeve in a black and white world. Show me your favorite colors, so I can paint myself in them, and you will never feel gray. I can be every hint, hue, tone of hope in your day if you let me. And the train tracks that kissed the landscape of your beauty, gritting metal to rich soil, left more than rusting steel. And I know this, and I can see this, and I hear it in every cracked syllable of your exhausted speech. But let me be your dream catcher. I will wait by your side to collect every cloud atop your head and pop it until you see nothing but rainbows. The pot of gold at the end will be my arms filled with every drop of love you never received when you should have. I'll kiss your wounds into scars and your scars into so distant memory, because these hands could stitch you new. If you let them, if you let me. If you let me be the thief of your darkness, I will harness every act of war the world will try to lay upon your smiling face, and shadows will no longer dance around you, sprinkling defeat along your path. They will bow to you and fear your light. And all the screams you sequestered that tore at your tissue will leave and become music for dancing feet. You will dance, dance, dance until dawn and dusk both applaud you, until the stars demand an encore, until the moon's face glows with tears, because in all its years it's never seen anything come close to such wholeness as you. You. Believe this promise song I offer you. Believe that I would die for you if it made you happy. Believe that my hands can't hide every hole in your soul, but they could damn well try. They could damn well try. If you let them. If you let me. Thank you. And that's the end of what I have to do, but up next is Nicole.